Yep, you read the title. I genuinely think that I have solved Shadow Freddy. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why do you think you did that? Well, I think that for a multitude of reasons, but you're also probably thinking, who or what do you think Shadow Freddy is? How do you think he came to be? Well, I'm gonna tell you that in just a second. To start off, I don't really think this is definitive, and you definitely don't have to agree with me. I just believe this. And you, like I said, you don't have to believe me, so please don't leave any hate comments in the comments. And if I messed anything up, or I got anything in the lore wrong, just let me know in the comments. And also, if you know anything, like, if you know, like, a big creator, if you are a big, like, theorist, maybe try talking about my theory to get it out there. But without further ado, let's get into the theory. So, I'm sure if you're watching my video, you know what the Bite of 83 is. But if you don't, or if you do, you just need a recap. Well, here it is. Basically, in 1983, there were these two brothers, and of course they had a sister, but she's not really important. Michael Afton and Dave Afton, or Evan Afton. I'm just gonna call him Evan Afton. Like, I know we know it's Dave now, but Evan is just so much better. So, Evan Afton, right? Sorry about that. But Evan was afraid of the animatronics at Fredbear's, but his brother teased him for it, and he would constantly play pranks on him. But today, he went a little bit too far. His brother, Michael, picked him up and put him in the jaws of the Fredbear animatronic. The jaws clamped shut, taking out his frontal lobe. He survived, but he was in a coma, and eventually, he died. Now, eventually, the Fredbear animatronic got just withered up into Golden Freddy. And if you look at Shadow Freddy is clearly just a recolor of Golden Freddy. However, why does Shadow Freddy exist? Why does he exist? Why does he exist? Now, as we all know, after William killed the 5 kids, he stuffed Cassidy into the Golden Freddy suit. Now, since this most likely happened when Golden Freddy was still withered Golden Freddy, then, well, what about Evan? He's in there too. Of course there's the Golden Duo theory, but, I mean, clearly that's not what this theory is. I believe Cassidy kicked Evan out, and he became, Shadow Freddy. Now, hear me out, okay? What was Evan's dad wearing most of the time? A purple vest, right? Well, since he was clearly exposed to purple a lot, he probably liked it. Or maybe he didn't, depending on who you ask. But still, he was exposed to purple a lot. And he was kicked out of Withered Golden Freddy. Now, Withered Golden Freddy is, Shadow Freddy is just a Withered Golden Freddy, but he's purple. Now, if Evan was kicked out, who was exposed to purple all the time, and was in Withered Golden Freddy all these years, then he would probably become a purple version of Withered Golden Freddy. And that's my theory. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would Cassidy do that? Well, Cassidy probably couldn't do her, all the things she wanted to do to William with 2 people controlling whatever she was in. So, and we've seen animatronics kick other souls out, like with Innard and Circus Baby. They, like, all the other animatronics or spirits kicked Elizabeth out because she was too controlling, and they didn't like that. So, we've seen this happen before. It's most likely that Evan was, we know that Evan was in Withered Golden Freddy at least once, and he was most likely around purple a lot. And so, you only have to add one thing for this theory to make sense. So, yeah, I think Withered Golden Freddy is Evan. That's my theory. You don't have to like it, but I think it suits the mystery. Goodbye. See ya.